Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I've got a little competition for you. We are pitting Khao Soi against Khao Soi. A lot of you have been asking me to go to the most famous Khao Soi shop in Bangkok, but I have one that I think is even better. So I've enlisted the help of my good friend, fellow YouTuber and Chiang Mai native, Dan Bangkok, to help me decide which of these Khao Soi gets the nod. Let's go. All right, guys, so we're at the first stop. We're down at the trendy upscale area of RE, right by the BTS station, and we're trying out what I would consider to probably now be the most famous Khao Soi in Bangkok at Ongtong Khao Soi. Now, this restaurant has Michelin Bib Gourmands from 2019 all the way through to 2023. It's hyper popular, so let's see how it stacks up against my choice, the underdog. Let's go. All right, Dan.
Yes.
First impressions.
Okay. As I walked in, it's smell quite nice, and we're gonna try how it is, because I really familiar with Khao Soi. I'll tell you my honest feeling. Let's go.
So we're going to go with Khao Soi with chicken today. That's what we're going to get at both places. You can also get dry Khao Soi, which is just stir-fried egg noodles. I didn't really like that last time I had it, and that's really interesting as well. Say Ua Chiang Mai sausage with Khao Soi. Michelin Guide 2019, 2021, 22, 23. If that means anything to you guys, or mini canto. So I would usually be getting this, but today we're just going to get Khao Soi, and we might actually get some nam niao as well. Yeah, you've got hang lei,
really good.
lap, nam pik nom, nam pik ong, all the big hitters. Crispy fried pork, which my subscriber downstairs just gave me very nicely. All the different Khao Sois. So you've got beef shank, hang lei, Khao Soi with chicken again. Oh, that's fried, and nam niao. That's all you've got to really worry about, guys.
The menu look amazing. They got everything that the northern people would ask for. If you ask me as a Chiang Mai guy, right? Everything you just read is what I would order. Every single one of them. But it now depends on how the taste is like. And I believe they are good.
All right, so far so good. Menu is looking fantastic. Really nice, clean space. Air conditioned. It's cool. You know, it's probably a little bit more than I'd be used to paying for a Khao Soi. It's like 109 baht for a chicken. I'd probably usually be paying 60, but you are paying for the fact that it's got air conditioning. It's about 150 degrees outside, so I'm glad it does, and I don't think the next place we're going to does have air conditioning. But menu's looking good. Dan has given it the thumbs up, and he's from Chiang Mai. I've given it the thumbs up, even though I'm from London. So now we just need to see, as Dan said, how it tastes. Alright guys, so let's take a little look at this. For any of you not familiar with what Khao Soi is, it's curried coconut based noodles, blanched, and then on top is the same egg noodles that have been deep fried with just some cilantro on this one, coriander, and usually spring onion, but there is none here. With it, you always get red onions or shallot, some pak dong, which is pickled mustard greens, and a lime. Now, my main complaint about this particular Khao Soi, when I've got it in the past from the one near me, is it's too rich and too thick, but this actually looks alright. It does look pretty creamy, but, you know, this could be your style. Alright, so moment of truth. I'm going to try the Khao Soi with nothing in. It's very rich, it's very creamy, as I remember. Flavour packed, you're hit immediately with those spices. It's got a kind of curry powderish kind of taste. It's in your face. It's very, 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 very strongly flavoured. In a good way. Right, I'm gonna put the lime in. We need to do something with this. pickles and your lime. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this dried chili as well. Although it is quite spicy, so if you're not into spicy food, I wouldn't advise that, but it's gonna give you a nice smoky flavour, not just for heat. They definitely haven't done this down for tourists. Very nice. It's what you want, texture-wise. Really crispy, really crunchy noodles. It is a touch. I'm gonna be honest. If I got this in London, I would be ecstatic. I would be saying this is the best khao soi I've ever had. But where I can be a little bit more nitpicky because I actually live in Thailand, it is a little bit rich and creamy for my personal taste. But again, as I said, this is my wife's absolute favourite. So what can you say? What we will do, if you come in close on the chicken, we'll do the chopstick test on the chicken, the spoon test or the chopstick test. See how easily that comes off. Yeah, that's tender. The reason I've got chicken, I do actually prefer beef khao soi, but the reason I get chicken is because no matter if you get beef or chicken khao soi, the soup, the curry broth is always 99% of the time being made with chicken. So I like to get the chicken one because there's nowhere to hide. Yeah, good chicken. Good chicken, good broth, albeit a bit too rich and creamy, as I said. But flavour-wise, bang on. I mean, it's probably going to go into the top 5. Let's see what Dan thinks.
It's my turn now. So I'm gonna try it, and I would say I make it as a person, as a Thai person, going to the restaurant and order one khao soi without give it too much rating 1 to 10. I just say yes or no. Okay. Well, from this, the noodles looks good, nice and soft. Right. For me, the noodles is a go. It's a yes. The soup is very creamy, but it's not thick. It's not sticky, but creamy. If you like creamy, it's gonna be good. Spiciness, because Gary put a bit of chilies in it, so that got the spiciness already. But apart from spiciness, it tastes with the salty and only little sugary, so it's not too sweet. Chicken is great, so it's a yes for me. And when I eat another one, I'll let you know which one is better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say everything's perfect for me. All I do wish is, see, when you go to Chiang Mai, where this is from, you go to some of the old school khao soi joints and they're all using fresh coconut milk. There's nothing wrong with using tinned or carton coconut milk, but look, it's just, from me, it's a solid 7, 6, 6.5, 7, 6, 6, 6. Right, on to the next one. All right, so Dan, we also have to take into consideration how much it costs. So that was 320 baht.
Oh,
so,
that's quite, compared to the other khao soi, it's quite expensive then.
Yeah.
That one, quite expensive. Again, I would say, I like it, I'm not fussy, but it's very creamy. To me, it's more like noodles in the curry. So if you're the person who likes it really creamy, it's for you. For me, as a Chiang Mai person, I wouldn't like it too creamy. But don't get me wrong, really good. The taste is good.
There you go. So I think we're in agreement, Dan and I, about the creaminess. He's just not as harsh as me. A critic, I don't think. So, as always, Dan's seen the positives. I've probably seen the negatives. But as Dan alluded to, up in Chiang Mai, it's more like thin, and then you get like a dollop of coconut cream maybe on the top. So, but yeah, really, really packed full of flavour. And as Dan said, if you're a fan of curry, especially like, you know, a thick Penang or something like that, maybe a masaman or something like that, I think that's going to be for you. Okay guys, so stop number 2, and this is the underdog. This is the one that I've picked. It's by Sapang Kwai BTS station, so you're going to have to get on the BTS at Ari, 1 stop up to Sapang Kwai, little walk from there. Okay, so this one is going to be more of a local restaurant. They actually used to be by Ari BTS station. That's where I first had it. I've never actually been to this shop. I think they've been here for about 4 or 5 years now. They used to be down in a little back alley down there. But I remember it being absolutely incredible. So hopefully I'm not going to let you guys down, and hopefully I don't let Dan down. He'll never talk to me again. Alright, so here we are, Hann Khao Soi Lovers. And Dan has just explained to me that Han is like a run in central language. Ran means shop, Han is shop in northern language. But as you can see, this is a world away from where we just were. It's old school ceramic pots. This just screams Northern Thailand to me. So they've already got extra points.
น้ำเฉยๆค่ะไม่มีอะไรจะใส่ไก่
Just a
น้ำข้าวซอย
sauce.
แล้วก็ใส่ไก่
Just a soup.
ไส้กะทิสดไหม
ใส่กะทิค่ะกับกะทิต้ม
Oh.
เอากะทิกับพริกแกงอะค่ะ
Right, I know I said I wasn't going to get any beef, but this looks too good. Alright, so she's just told us that the soup, she cooks the beef, she slow cooks the beef in soup, but she has to go to Chiang Mai to get the soup because they won't give her the recipe. So she can't work out exactly the recipe, so she just has to buy the soup from the people in Chiang Mai, which I think is absolutely incredible that she's going to those lengths to get this beef that good. So we're going to have to order the beef now. There's no time.
ข้าวซอยนะคะได้ค่ะนั่งใครก่อนนะเย็นๆ
ชื่ออะไรครับ
กุ้งค่ะกุ้ง
กุ้ง prawn
Prawn, yeah.
กุ้งสด
ไม่ทอดไก่หนึ่งเนื้อหนึ่งนะคะ
ครับ
ได้ค่ะได้นั่งรอข้างในไหม
นั่นไม่ได้ต้องรอถ่ายทำด้วย
อันนี้ก็คือไก่นะคะไก่ทำให้ดีๆอย่างดีกว่า
ตักช้าลงนี่โอ้มาถ่ายนะ
พวกเครื่อง
ตัวสเตอร์อะไร
ใช่
หอมมาก
หอมไหม
This looks legit.
Yes, this is the proper one.
พี่กุ้ง
ไว้นี่ชิมันไก่นะชิคเก้นbeef
So that's nice. So we've got the spring onion on this one. So I was a bit disappointed not to see on the other one.
and this one beef
Look at the chunks of beef.
beef
Wow.
ว้าวไหมว้าว
Wow.
this one ว้าว
อันนี้ใบเตยเหรอ
ใบเตย
ใบเตย
น้ำซุปใส่ใบเตยแต่ทุกอย่างมันยังอยู่ในเนื้อหมดเลย เดี๋ยวเซตให้นะคะ โอเคค่ะขอบคุณนะคะเรียบร้อย
Alright, so it's 70 and 95 in here. So I'm guessing 70 for small, 95 for big. So it's a lot cheaper already. It's almost half the price. This is more my kind of place. This is a little bit more rustic.
Really cozy.
We still have aircon. We've got aircon and fans in here, so it's still nice and cool, but very, very rustic. Let me take a look at these. Me showing you the beef isn't really fair, is it? Because I said I wasn't going to do beef. We didn't get beef in the last place. But
เอาน้
I just want to show you how easy this falls
ำ
apart.
ไม่เดี๋ยวรอแป๊บนึง
Right, immediately you can see the difference in the colour. This is almost sort of bright red. You've got that oil separation on the top. She's used fresh coconut milk. You can see it kind of mottled when you looked in the pot, but this looks insane. It looks spicy. Right, these noodles look great. Very, very crispy on the top. A little bit shorter than the other ones. Right. Okay, moment of truth. It's, again, this one's quite rich as well. Not quite as creamy as the other one. And more of a flavour that I'm familiar with when I'm eating Khao Soi. Heavy on the black cardamom. That, my friends, is a good Khao Soi. Right, let's try this chicken. Right. So actually, maybe the chicken's not quite as tender as the other one, but it's still fall off the bone. No, it is. That is very, very tender. But khao soi, I keep saying rich. Khao soi is a rich dish, so all khao sois are pretty much going to be rich. I like this one a lot. Let's go in with some lime juice. Cut that richness a little bit. To be honest, I'm always going to be biased because I always prefer somewhere like this. It's a bit more local that isn't... I've got nothing against chain restaurants, but I'm always going to support the more local ones. So in with a bit of the pak dong and the red onion. We'll give that a mix up. It is quite spicy, but I am going to throw in some of this dried red chili. I prefer the crispy noodles for sure. Very, very, very crunchy. Good pickled veg. It definitely needed the lime juice. I've got to mention, the lime juice on the table is actually lime juice out of a bottle, which I was going to mark them down for, but then she went and got me some fresh lime out the back. Can't blame them too much because limes are very expensive at the moment, but that for me is better, personally, because I like the cardamom flavour. But you didn't come here to hear what I think about it, you came here to see what Dan thinks about it. So let's see what Dan thinks about this second khao soi.
This one looks creamy as well, but not as thick. Let me just try the noodles first. First thing first, the crispy noodles is better, really crispy. The noodles is not too, it's similar, I would say it's similar, but it got this red onions, which is I really like it. Fresh, you should always have it with khao soi. It's something to implement the taste. Now I'm gonna go for chicken and the soup. Chicken is not that tender as Gary just mentioned. There. Alright, it's tender. The reason it's come out not easily because it's tender, but it's got that texture for you to munch. The other place when you munch it, it just melts in your mouth. So both are good with the meat. I like both way. And the soup, I like this one better because the soup doesn't taste too curry. It actually has enough curry to implement with the noodles, while the other one, the taste is too curry for me. So if I put it easy for myself, Ongtong is nice, but it's just like curry and you add the noodles on. While this one is, to me as a Thai person, Chiang Mai person, and personally, proper khao soi. Both good, go for what you like.
Alright, I'm going to stick in some lime juice into my beef khao soi now. The one I said I wasn't going to get, but how could I not with that tender beef brisket? Okay, I'll let you go first on the beef one, Dan.
Alright, okay. I had a great chicken one, so I expect the same from the beef. But we have seen that she got a really special way to cook beef. It's come off easy. That's first side, it looks really good. Normally I go for the noodles first, but I had noodles ready, so just straight to the meat and the soup. It's not just soft. It's not melt in your mouth. It's very similar to chicken. It got that texture for you to bite on. But the taste with the soup, it just goes together. It's just like the soup goes into the beef. Just like what she said. So I like it. I like the beef.
Lam kana.
Lam tete.
Lam tete.
But it's not melt in your mouth, but it's good. Okay? Soft.
Right, as I said, I'm always going to go for beef as opposed to chicken. But as this was a competition and we weren't getting beef in the other place, I said I wouldn't get beef in here. But after her story about cooking it in the soup that she gets from Chiang Mai, you've got all those flavours you'd associate with stewed beef, like your opjay and star anise, etc. Like Dan said, it's not like completely melt in your mouth. It's like it's easy to chew. There's some work to do though. So, as my idol Rick Stein used to say, when someone sent a steak back, that is why God gave you teeth, so you could chew. It, flavour-wise, is absolutely insane. Look at that. You've still got all the connective bits. They're so thick, the pieces of beef belly. You've got to work to get through it, but then you get little pockets of fat in between. And as Dan said, it just goes so well with the perfectly spiced coconut curry. In the other one, the Ongtong was nice, but it had like a bit more of like a curry powdery kind of taste. This wins hands down for me. I'm sorry. We have a winner. I am declaring Hann Khao Soi Lover to be the winner of today's competition. So Dan, are you agree with me that this Hann Khao Soi Lover win today's competition?
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Go for it.
As Dan says, I think we need to try the pork, so we're going to ask if we can have one little piece.
Yeah.
Because we can't eat another bowl, that'll kill us.
พอไหม
พอแล้วนะพอแล้วขอบคุณมากครับ
ครับผม
ว้าว Oh yeah, that one's
Really tender. But this one you cannot ask me though.
Oh yeah, I forgot Dan doesn't eat pork, so I'm gonna have to eat all of this.
Good.
Very good.
So you should have the pork one, right?
Yeah, I think the pork's the same kind of texture, it's a little bit softer. Same kind of texture, but a little bit softer. What it does have is a lot more of the Chinese spices, like the cinnamon opjay. Cinnamon is opjay, star anise. Like, sometimes when I'm eating Guay Jab Nam Kon, I describe it as tasting a bit like Dr. Pepper. And that's got that flavour to it. So she stewed that down in the soup with Chinese spices, and then, I mean, look at that, look at the, that's incredible. Yeah, get the pork. Let me try it with a bit of curry sauce. Get the pork. อร่อยนะลำแต่
ลำแต๊ะๆทำเป็นไทยซัดห
คิด
น้า
ตังครับ
ฮะ
คิดตังครับ
พี่ไทยเก่งมากเลยค่ะ เท่าไหร่อ่ะ100มีน้ำขวดหนึ่งใช่ไหม170
170ชัวร์ไหม
ใช่ข้าวซอยเนื้อ
อันนี้ธรรมดา
90ธรรมดา
ไม่พิเศษนะ
ไม่พิเศษไม่
โอ้
พิเศษ
อร่อยนะ
อิ่มไหมอิ่ม
อิ่ม
แล้ว
มาก
ก็กิน
เลย
มาเยอะแล้วไง
ขอบคุณครับพี่กุ้ง
ขอบคุณมากค่ะ
Alright, so there you have it, guys. From us, it's a clear winner for Hann Khao Soi Lover. Even just down to the more personal touch of the place. Forget the fact the Khao Soi was better. Forget the fact it was almost half the price.
It's good.
It was good. And we got beef as well. So the first one was 2 chickens. We got chicken and beef. And it was still half price. But just how happy she was to have us there, how friendly she was, how nice she was. The whole area. I love the vibe. There's food everywhere. You wouldn't just have to come down and get Khao Soi. Absolutely epic spot. Would have even tasted even better if we hadn't have had the first Khao Soi, because we were already full up. So guys, get yourselves down here. I'll put links with descriptions to both places we went today. I don't think you'll be disappointed with either. If you like a thicker one, like we said, and you just want somewhere a little bit more upmarket, go to Ongtong. And if you just want somewhere more local and what we consider to be a little bit better of a Khao Soi soup, then come to Hann Khao Soi Lover. I will stick links to Dan's channel in the
Thank you.
description box below. Get over and follow him. He's got an amazing channel, knows so much about Thailand, and he's going to share it all with you. All right, guys, that's about it from us today. I hope you enjoyed our little competition. Let us know where else you want us to go and what else you want us to review, and we will get that
Tell him.
done.